All right, let's go across to former Maldives Tourism Minister Ahmed Adeeb, who's joining us. Sir, thank you for taking our time and speaking to Republic. To begin with, your first thoughts on this kind of situation we are seeing, the diplomatic face-off. Do you think that the government, for that matter, could have handled this situation better?
Yes, I believe they should have handled it better. They should have been more reactive from the beginning. They should have, make them resign and they should have taken action more promptly. And this is a very sad incident, and this is something that should have never happened, and should never ever be repeated again. So I believe the Maldives government should reach the Indian government and apologize as well, and also we should be more strict and inform other politicians as well as ministers and other political appointees that this is not acceptable, and then this should not be tolerated.
Mr. Adeeb, I want to take this question since you've been the former tourism minister of Maldives, the contribution that Indians have had to the economy of Maldives. Do you believe that the current disposition has completely forgotten the fact, the kind of contribution that India has made, and something that the current disposition cannot just simply wish away?
Yeah, I would say the Indian contribution has been very high. Let's say the tourism started from 1972. The first bank for Maldives was SBI, and State Bank of India has contributed a lot to Maldivian investors, loans on tourism. So that was our beginning. And I would say within this the last 50 years of tourism, Indian investors has contributed. And when I was the Minister of Tourism, we engaged with a lot of Bollywood celebrities to promote Maldives. So I would say, and now currently the Indian tourism is the biggest one, and first and second of the market. So I would say it is not a matter of forgetting, but I would say it is an extreme element in the ruling party that is kind of anti-India sentiments are there. But we cannot forget these points, and we cannot ignore these points, that the fact that we need India for the development of tourism as well as the economy of Maldives. So we need to have good relations with India.
All right, we seem to have, all right, we will connect with Shravan as well. But sir, just to continue this, if you can also talk to us. All right, we will go across to Ahmed Adeeb again, but I guess Shravan is through with us. Shravan, if you want to take the next question.
Mr. Adeeb, just want to also understand this. What could be the compulsions for senior ministers of this current government to make deplorable comments like this? This has never happened. We haven't really seen this kind of comments really coming in from any other country, for that matter. And for those who understand diplomacy, would have seen some sort of maturity. Senior ministers making a comment about a prime minister, and more importantly about a friendly neighboring country. What are the compulsions of this government for making such kind of comments?
So I would say that if you can remember, this government came in with a campaign of India Out campaign, which was started by the former president, Yamin. But with the new president coming in, I would say there is still the activism. The activist who was in the party has been now promoted to deputy minister. So this is their activism continuing from those campaign trials. But as you said, when you are a ruling party and when you are in the government, you cannot make these kinds of mistakes. You cannot be undiplomatic towards the leaders, and especially Prime Minister Modi is not only the Prime Minister of India, but he's a global leader. and is a regional leader. And during the COVID, India has helped us immensely. So we should not forget that, and we should be more responsible, because when you are in the power, you are responsible for the livelihood of the people of Maldives, and our tourism is the only livelihood we have. So we have to be more diplomatic and more friendly towards, especially our neighboring countries.
I can. Mr. Adeeb, with regards to the reaction coming in from the Maldivian government, we've seen that the Maldives president is on a state visit to China. Do you believe that there is some sort of a compulsion coming in from the Chinese side that they perhaps needs to make visible overtures bending towards the Chinese at this point in time, keeping in mind the kind of crisis that the countries currently face? For instance, what we've seen in Sri Lanka, and now for that matter in Maldives. Maldives is essentially looking forward to some sort of an investment coming in from China. Do you believe that's the real picture, that's the real compulsion that the current government has? Even if they have, they're forgetting that India plays a pivotal role in the region.
So for the government, the new government is just 60 days in. The formal way of any Maldivian president is to first have a state visit with India, but this is the first time it's been different. So we are yet to see what will happen in China, and what is the decisions they are going to take there. So as you rightly said, that India plays a pivotal role in this region. So we have to be more diplomatic, and we should be more balanced in our foreign policy. So what we are looking here is, they have embarked one state visit to Turkey, and then now second visit to China. So yet it is to be seen what are the decisions they are going to make. So I'm also an observer in the politics at the moment for the Maldives. So this is yet to be seen. But as you rightly said, that I personally believe the first state visit of the president should be to India, and then he may continue to other states as well. But we are yet to see what will happen there in China.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Adeeb, for joining us on this broadcast. We are hoping that the current government would realize the need of the hour and address it, rather than only looking at certain domestic compulsions.
All right, so that was former Maldives Minister Ahmed Adeeb speaking to Republic, tracking that story very closely for now. A former minister condemning what has happened in the last 48 hours, especially the remarks that have come in from the ministers as well as Maldivian MP.